Hi Jo.
Hiya.
I'm not really sure what we're going to be talking about today because, you know as well as I do, that we've just set this up and I told you I haven't got a clue what we're going to be talking about.
You could have thought of a subject first.
Well, it makes it all the better, doesn't it?
Might do.
But I feel spiritually now that I'm being told that we should be talking about what's going on around the universe at this time.
Okay.
Which I think is quite important to you around this time, because I feel like you've come to a point in your life where you just don't understand what's going on and there isn't anyone to talk to.
Yeah.
Can you relate with that?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I've just got to an overwhelming point in what people may call the awakening, that I know so much now and I feel so far separated from the most general public that I meet. I feel very far separated from them, but not in a way that I feel that I'm better than them, but I just feel so different that it's very hard to connect with anybody who
understand you.
Yeah. Who is not awakened, or at least open-minded, to other things. Yeah.
So do you feel like that is preventing you from socialising?
It's not preventing me from socialising, but I almost sometimes feel like if I socialise, then I'd have to pretend to be someone I'm not to fit in. Yeah. Because people
Why do you think that is,
don't seem to accept me anymore for who I am.
Yeah. Can you elaborate?
And I feel like I'm always being questioned by other people just because I'm doing some things a little bit differently. So I always feel as though I'm being judged and questioned, as though I'm on trial all the time, just because I live slightly differently to other people. Yeah. In the way that I live these days.
Yeah.
For instance, I chose to homeschool my children.
I was just going to get onto that subject.
Yeah, and I just feel judged and questioned, and also about my diet, because I've changed my diet so much over the last 4 to 5 years. I feel as though I get questioned a lot about that, and people feel as though I'm not fitting into what they want to do, like maybe getting drunk or partying all night, and I'm not interested in anything like that anymore.
Yeah.
Not in that way that they are.
Getting back to the homeschooling, how do you feel like talking about that to people that don't understand homeschooling?
Well, when you get questioned about it, people might think, well, they're only asking a question, but it's the way that by asking the question, you know what that person already thinks of you. So they're just seeing if you're going to confirm their belief that they already have. So then you feel like you have to answer that question. Yeah. And usually you may have changed their mind slightly by the time you've answered, but just why should you have to be questioned all the time? Because when people send their children to school, people don't question them all the time. Well, why did you choose that particular school, and why did you choose to send your children to school? They don't even get questioned of why they do that, but I get questioned constantly because I've chose something different.
You feel people
that's
look
probably
on
why
you.
people don't like to go out the norm, because they're sick of being questioned if they do anything out of the
normal. When you come to that point
judged,
where you say
nobody should have the right to judge.
No.
As well.
The point where you said be the norm, that is a big thing to me, so I'd like to come maybe butt in here and question what is the norm.
Yeah, what is the norm? The norm varies, doesn't it? Depending. The norm here, where we live, is different to probably the norm only an hour away. Yeah. In some way. There may be a tradition in every area.
So what would you determine the opposite of the norm? Would you have a word for that? Maybe mad?
Yeah. That's probably what people would call it, mad.
Do you believe that maybe people see you as mad?
I don't know.
As an awakened being?
I don't know. I don't think people would say what they thought to me, so I wouldn't really know.
No.
But
I understand where you're coming
know.
from.
I hope people don't think I'm mad, but the way people question and judge me, then they may do.
I feel that there's a lot of people in this world just like you that would love to hear what you're saying because they feel exactly the same, that people look at them and think that she's mad because she's not sending her child to school, because her child is not vaccinated, because her child has long hair. All these things are a conditioning to that person that makes you feel you're mad. How do you cope with that? Very deep subject. I feel a lot of people can understand the question.
I think people think that it's some kind of fashion that you're following by doing everything out of the norm, but it's not. It's because we see differently to the way other people see, but we don't question constantly the way they see, that they do to us, because they're the majority. You know, because there's more of them that see it that way than there is of us that see it our way. We see it as, why would you want to cut your hair when it's natural, and why would you want to cut your kid's hair? Maybe it's a natural, and
more people are conditioned.
It's like extra antennae. Makes you sensitive. Men with long hair probably, well, I don't know for a fact, but I believe that it's an extra sense to your body, and
do you ever
I
feel
believe
that
eating naturally is the best way. And just because most people think that eating takeaways and fast food is the best way, it doesn't mean that they're the right, or they've got a right to question me because I would have celery for my dinner one day, or I might have bananas for my breakfast, and that's it.
Have you ever come across a point, or you felt a point where people may actually think that you're part of a cult?
Yes, I have.
Has that happened to you?
Yeah. I actually had a member of my family I was very close to stop talking to me altogether and completely cut me out of her life, and even the children out of my life, because I suggested that she read a self-help book, and she said that meant that I was in a cult.
No.
Yeah, and it was just about how positive thinking can make positive things happen in your life. That's all the book was about. And I thought it was a very kind thing to suggest, but people who are unawakened can get very defensive if you show them something that they're not ready for. And that's what I believe, and that's what I have to believe. Otherwise, the only alternative is to believe that there's evil people out there, and I'd rather not think that.
The Sleeping Beauties.
Because what you think becomes
things.
What you think becomes thoughts, becomes things.
At least we can laugh about it, because I do understand what you're saying. It can be a harsh world out there when you're awakened.
Yeah.
And this is the thought, this is the, hopefully, your video will inspire other people to know that they're not alone.
Yeah, and I hope other people will speak out, because I find that a lot of us are introverts, including myself.
And myself
It's not comfortable for me to sit here and do video, but it feels like there's no other way of connecting with people like us. So I hope other people can get in touch with us.
Yeah, please do get in touch. You're not alone out there. Jo's alone, she feels alone, and she needs like-minded and lonely people around her that are jolly, and they're not from a cult, and they're not mad, because what is mad?
is mad. You're right.
And a final word to these people?
Just be you. And don't worry about what anyone else says or thinks about you. And get in touch.
Yeah. Alright, thank you very much, Jo.
Thank you.
We'll hopefully talk to you all soon. Bye.